Okay, so the main thing with the flag is I wanted to teach him that moving forward is his release. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is just a slight bit of an obstacle course. I don't have very fancy things, so you can use whatever you have, which is what I'm going to do. I'm going to ask him to move in a nice round circle and change direction while I am just a little bit higher than him, so that he can learn that it's okay for something to be higher than him. Then after that you will also see me walking over these iron obstacles over here, which is pretty safe. He can't hurt himself. It's just to get him to think over his feet and where he's stepping. Then I'm also going to ask him to step over one of these troughs, especially this one with a rubber in, so that I know his foot can't get caught somewhere. Also, always take his welfare in consideration. But this is just simply to get him thinking about his feet and knowing that he can still go over obstacles, he can lift his feet, he can lift his body, all those types of things. Starting to get soft in my hands around this corner. That's better. Now I just want it to stay soft all around. Just gonna wait on it there. That's better. So he's being drawn to the bull ring because that's what he knows. Just gonna wait on him. He'll get softer. Okay, that's getting better. That's better. Now I'm going to ask him to stop his feet. See, he shut me out, so then I spooked him a bit. Good. Okay, so he's still walking a lot faster than what I'd like, but he's much softer in my hands here. So that was perfect. Now I'm going to ask him to change direction again. Good. It was with the wrong foot, but he'll get there. There. Now he's starting to calm down and starting to understand what I'm asking of him. Good. I'm going to ask him to stop his feet again. Much better. I still don't want him to rush as much, but you can obviously see a big change there. There, he's starting to get better, he's licking his lips, and I'm going to give him that release. Good. I'm going to go back in again. Ask him to the same side. Good. There. That's what I was looking for. Okay? Now I'm going to stop his feet. There. He's thinking about what I'm thinking now. That was a better reach. That was in fact a perfect reach. Now his circles is getting better as well. Ask him to stop his feet. Good. There. That was perfect. Okay, so in the start he didn't know that he can cope with it. Once he learns that he can cope with it, he's actually like, oh, okay, I'm fine. So now it's off to the next obstacle. I'm going to walk with him over the obstacle so that he knows I can cross it, and let's see how he deals with it. I'm going to try to keep him straight. I'm going to wait on him. And I'm going to ask again. Now we need to think about lifting his feet. I'm not asking him to go that way, I'm asking him to go over. Over is the release. Good. And that's his release. Okay, so you can also see him actually start being like, I can't do this, I don't know what it is. But now you'll see he'll do it a lot easier because he realized it's actually not that bad. I'm going to do it to the other side as well. This is also a perfect exercise to teach your horse to float load, or as we know it, get him into the horse box. Now coming on to me is not the option. That was not ideal, however he did it. So I'm going to give him a release.
Ook moet jij uitwerken. Wow, I'm impressed.
Again, he didn't know he can step over it. So he figured it out and he fought and he was like, I don't know what you're asking of me. But once he did it, I get real quiet. You will see me keeping my leading rein pretty long. I don't want him to come up onto me. Okay, so he's still quite a bit spooked. We're still working on that, but that's because this is very new to him as well. The other thing is, forward is his release, so you'll notice I'll be pretty harsh with the flag, and once he goes forward I completely take it away, so that he learns that moving forward is his release. We're going to do the same to this side. I'm going to take my leading rein long, get him directed. I'm going to wait on him if he... Nope. Coming this side is not your release. There. Good. He's thinking about going over, so I'm waiting on him. There. Good. That was perfect. Now I'm going to give him a really big release. Okay, so now he's drawn because there's lick in here. So I'm not too concerned about his attention being withdrawn from me, but he did really good. Just going to go in and pick up his feet. Good. You see him still allow me to do that as well, even though he is in a different area at this stage. Perfect. One of the main things you need to make sure you have control over before doing the obstacle course is his hindquarter. Because you saw him wanting or thinking about actually running away at some stage. But then he thought, wait, hindquarter. And then I gave him a slight release so that he knows if he gets spooked, he must just turn and face me. That's his release no matter what. Hindquarter is the most important control above all. Okay, now I'm going to introduce this saddle to him. He's going to be spooked at first, but we're going to work through that. We'll just do whatever he gives us to work with. First we're going to let him sniff it. It's pretty much the same as the flag. He doesn't know what it is. Good. And then he can move his feet. And I'm going to go closer to him. No, he's okay. Just let him touch it. There. That's good. And he can move his feet. That's it. And I'm going to do the same to this side. He's just spooked by it, so I'm just going to wait on him. If he wants to move his feet, it's fine. He can move his feet. Good. want to go in and show him that he's fine. Good. That's it. Good. And you can see him accepting it pretty quick, simply because he knows he can still move his feet. And I'm going to do it from both sides, because I want him to learn that he can cope with things like this from both sides. There. There. And if he wants to move, it's fine, he can move. Good. Good. And there he gets quiet, and now I get quiet. Good. That was perfect. I'm going to do the same again. Good. And that's his release. Once he stands still, he gets his release. And the same to this side. And I ask him to move his feet. I'm going to do this while he is moving his feet. Good. Perfect. Be careful not to get your foot caught in the leading rope. Now he's licking his lips. It's like, oh, it's not that bad. I'm going to ask him to move his feet with the saddle pad on him. Come on. Good. And before the saddle pad slips off, I'm going to ask him to stop, and I'm going to take it off from this side. And then put it straight back on. And I can see him actually being really okay with it. And the same to here. Good. Okay, so he did really well with the saddle pad. I'm just going to touch him under here so that he can get used to the girth that's going to touch him there. I'm just quickly going to put the saddle pad away. Now I'm going to touch him from...
Okay, so my question is, with the flag, once he stands still, you releases him, but if you are on his back riding, if he stands still, you're not going to get off. So how does that release work?
Okay, so this is the part where he learns to cope with different things. Once you start saddling him, you first put the saddle pad on, and it's practically going to be the same as with the flag. Okay, so you're going to put it on, take it off, put it on, take it off. If he moves his feet, it's fine, he can move his feet. If he stands still, good, you're going to give him that release as well. So we're going to do that. The same with the saddle. The saddle you're going to put on, strap it, and then you're going to ask him to move his feet, tighten it a bit more, and then ask him to move his feet, and then you're going to release him so that he can flow out. So then with the saddle, he's going to learn that he can still flow out and stop without the saddle actually hurting him. Okay, so then once he's quiet with the saddle, you let him flow out to both sides, he's fine, he does his groundwork. Then you're going to take the saddle off, and immediately you're going to move his feet and put the saddle back on, so that he knows that once it gets off, it can come on again. Because with a young colt like this, he thinks that once you take something off, he's never gonna come back on. And then once you start with the riding, the one person is gonna be on the leading horse and the other one is gonna climb onto him. So you're first just gonna put your foot in and lift your weight up, and then you're gonna step down. And then the leading horse person is going to move his feet. Then you're gonna do the same. Get on, step down, move his feet again. So it's practically the same as put the flag on, take it off, put the flag on, take it off. Saddle pad, exactly the same. And then you're gonna get on and actually put your foot over and just sit there. And then you're gonna get back off again. And then you're gonna move his feet. And then you're gonna get on, sit there, and the leading horse person is going to move his feet and you're gonna get off. And that's his release for them. And then on the second time you work with him, you're gonna do the exact same thing. Get on, get off, get on, get off. And you're gonna get on, and the person is actually going to start working with him. Moving his feet, his hind quarter, all of those types of things. And then later on, once he's okay with that, the leading horse is going to go away and the other person is actually going to start him to flow out. But the person on his back is just a passenger. That person ain't gonna ask for anything, so that the horse still knows that he can move his feet. So that's the main thing. It's practically the same as getting on, getting off, so that he chooses to stand still and he can move his feet as well, so he learned to cope with it. That's why it's so important to have control over his hind quarter, because then you have a bend. So if he wants to jump or buck, you bend him and you bend him out of the bucking.
Okay, cool. And then the other question I have is, once he is in
What is that? A herd of horses.
Okay. Once he's in a herd of horses and you try and catch him this way, will it be possible for him to ignore the influence of the other horses and focus on your energy?
Yes, that is a perfectly good question. If you started your horse well enough and he actually chooses you, he will be more prone to choose you over them, because you will be a natural better leader for him. However, in his herd that is extremely wild, it will still be very tricky, because for the very simple reason, there's horses that hasn't been started the correct way, so they will be more prone to actually running away. So it will take a lot more time and work to get him to choose me over them, but he will still do that, just over a matter of time. But it might be a lot harder in a herd that is as wild as he is than a herd that is more used to people. So yes, it is very possible that he will choose to stand still.
And then another question, this is only the 5th session you've had with him actually working. Is this a normal time frame for a young colt to take, achieving the things that he's achieving? And then by which session will you be riding him?
Okay, so which session I'll be riding him, that's entirely up to him. It's what he allows me to do. This is pretty good time for him. It's actually processing a lot quicker than what I expected, especially taking in consideration of his bloodline. However, this is a really, really good time for horses, especially for horses like him who's never had anything to do with humans. Obviously, a horse who is able to be caught and all those types of things, the process moves a lot quicker. But yes, I reckon his progress is amazing. He's really doing great. And the most important thing is the release. If you release him on time, he will learn quicker. That's basically the thing. But riding him, that's entirely up to him. As well as things go now, I should be able to ride him around the 7th or 8th session. But there's still a lot of work that needs to go in before that. And as I said, it's entirely up to him.
Okay, perfect.